management or the introduction to management, the nature of the management, the characteristics, and the scope of the management. So, see this management term, it is used in different senses. So sometimes you can call it as a process of planning, you can call it as a process of organizing, you can call it as a process for managing the resources. Like it can be staffing, it can be coordinating, or it can be controlling. And sometimes it can be used for managing the people. It's a function of managing the people, or it can be a practice, or it can be a discipline. So we have various terms which are used for describing this management. So it can be a process of planning. So the management, it can be a process of planning. It can be a process of organizing, or it can be a process of coordinating as well as controlling. So these are some of the ways in which this term management can be used. So, so this is one of the technique of leadership. So management, it is a technique of leadership. It's a decision making process, and sometimes this management can be an economic resource. It can be a factor of production, or even it can be a system of authority. So these are the ways in which you can use the management term. So some will call it as a process for planning, organizing, staffing, directing, coordinating, and controlling. So some will take it as a function for managing the people. Some will call it as a practice. Some will call it as a discipline, and some will describe this management as a technique of leadership, or it is used for decision making. So these are the ways. So these are the ways. So this definition varies from people to people, from person to person. So different scholars, they have their different view about this definition of the management or the interpretation of the management. So that is from their own angle, or that is from their own viewpoint. So for example, like the economist will consider this management as a resource. So like it can be like the land resource, it can be the labor, it can be capital, it can be organization. So when it is from the bureaucrat's point of view, this management is a system of authority for achieving the business goal. The sociologist, so how they will consider this management? So they will consider the management as a part of elite class, or they'll consider the managers as the part of elite class in the society. So like this. So based on the person, their definition or their interpretation about the management will vary. So here also the economic people, they are considering the management like a resource. The bureaucrats are considering it like a authority, and the sociologists, they are considering the managers as a part of elite class. So like this, uh, the term management is being interpreted in different ways. So now we will have some definitions. We'll have some definitions that are given by various people regarding the management. So some will call this management as the coordination of all the resources. So some will call this management as the coordination of all the resources with or by the process of planning, organizing, directing, and controlling for achieving some objectives. So this is one definition. So it is the coordination of all the resources through a process of planning, organizing, directing, through planning, organizing, directing, and controlling. Why it is done? It is done to achieve some objectives. So this is one definition. And some will call this management as an art and science. It's an art and science of organizing and directing human efforts. It's an art and science of organizing and directing human efforts to control the forces and utilize the materials of nature for the benefit of the man. So this is one definition. So it's an art and science of organizing and directing human efforts to control the forces and utilize the materials of nature for the benefits of man. Another definition can be like it's a principle. It is principally the task of planning, coordinating. It's principally the task of planning, coordinating, motivating, and controlling, controlling the efforts of others towards a specific objective. So this is also one definition. So um and also the Taylor says we have Taylor. So according to him, so management, it's an art. It's an art of knowing what you want to do. So according to Taylor, management, it's an art of knowing what you want to do and then seeing that is done in the best and the cheapest way. So as per the Taylor, management is an art of knowing what you want to do and then seeing how it is done in the best way and also in the cheapest way. So this is the definition given by uh, Taylor. And we have Henry, whose definition is like, see, according to Henry, the management means to forecast and to plan, to organize and command, to coordinate and control. So this is the definition of management as per Henry. So for him, the management is to forecast and to plan, to organize and command, to coordinate and control. So we have one more author, Peter. So according to Peter, uh, management means it's an multi-purpose organ which will manage the business, which will manage the business, which will manage the managers, in turn which will manage the workers and also the work. So this is the definition given by Peter. So as per the Peter, management means it's an organ which is managing the business, which is managing the manager, which is managing the workers as well as the work. So these are some of the definition of management.